everybody to the Creative Corner, and again joining me is Flash. How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you this morning?
Pretty fired up, actually.
Okay, fired up. Tell me.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're all about bringing stories to life that inspire positive change in the world.
Yes.
Right, and amongst all of that, we bring together children's books and memoirs and all of that.
Yep.
But every now and then you come across an author, you come across a story that just gets you and fires you. And I think that's what we're about today. Looking, especially over the past 6 months, do you feel that we're attracting more authors like this to us?
Yes, absolutely. I think you and I are very vocal about that, you know, not just out there in the world, but with the team as well, about working with authors who are aspiring to create positive change in the world. And I think it's a bit like a snowball. It's like, you know, it's getting bigger, it's getting faster, it's rolling harder. Yes, I completely agree. Because
I'm looking at those people that are coming to us for the first time. They're looking at the videos, they're reading up about the site, they're looking at our books, and I am definitely seeing a larger increase in people that want to create change in the world, which kind of leads us to today and our guest today. And one of the things I want to say before I introduce him is that you walk the walk, you talk the talk. And as a creative, as an author, and as a human being on this planet, this is a man that inspires me to make my mission greater and bigger and stronger, and make no excuses. Leon Stensholm, how you doing?
Mate, Ocean, thank you so much, and thank you, Jason. Oh, how do I match that intro? Seriously, that's very, very humbling. Thank you so much, man. I felt the energy that you talk about, energy, and I walked in this room and I just felt this energy lift straight away. So I'm pumped.
Good.
I don't know. I think I'm more pumped than you, Ocean, and you, Jason.
Probably likely, brother. Look, I think that what I'm just to unpack that a little bit further. You do come across authors that have been on their journey for a long time, and part of it is about their own personal growth and where they want to get to in life, but it's always inspiring to see the mission that you do for other people, and in your case, you literally save lives. And your book, It's How You Think Uncut, and this is going to be a new release of this book that you published previously. Audio books out, e-books out. We're going to go crazy with this.
I love it.
It's so cool. But before we go any further, how about you give us a bit of history on who Leon is?
Yeah, who Leon is. Look, Leon's a very humble guy. I used to be an extremely shy, anxious, quiet guy. The most quietest guy you'll ever meet. You know, I'll be that guy in the back of the room in the classroom that just won't talk, won't put a hand up because I was too shy of what people would think of me. And it took, fast forward, it took until I was 35 until I tragically lost a brother through to suicide. And something just grew, something just hit me inside to go, you know what, Leon, it's time to change. You've just hidden your whole life in the shadow of someone that you aspired to be, but you were just happy to sit back and be comfortable. And I was just comfortable for 35 years. Then all of a sudden, you know, I went on and did this bodybuilding show after my brother took his life. And then for me to push through that moment, it taught me so much. It taught me so much about myself. It told me the power of the mind and how we can overcome adversity and use adversity to our strengths. And I built confidence and I built some self-belief from that moment. And then I just started thinking, wow, why don't I go on and make this as my living? So then I went on and started building a coaching business, a personal training business. Then I went on and built a gym. And then I kind of attracted these, you know, people that were also vulnerable like my brother. People knew my story. And then I started working with people in the mental health world and started helping people overcome anxiety, overcome depression, give them a purpose, a goal. And then I just kept building this more belief and building this faith and hope that I can help more people. And it just grew and it grew and it grew. And the mission just basically was head down. This is me, man. This is my purpose. There's no stopping. And you know what? And I've just gone straight away and just gone. So who is Leon? Leon's the type of person that, man, I just want to save people and I want to help people. I want to be there for people. And sometimes I can't save everyone, but you know what, at least I always say that the day that people look at my grave, I want people to walk up and say, you know, that guy would do anything for anyone.
Well, in the time that I've known you, brother, I can certainly attest to that. How old are you now?
Mate, I'll be edging 45, mate. Clicking fully 45 nearly. I feel 20, mate. I feel alive and I feel so energized. And as the years go on, I'm just, I just have more in the tank.
all right, so you're a couple of years younger than me, and I look at your images that you put up at a bodybuilding comp, all the love I have for you dissipates, and I hate you at that time. Just saying.
Yes.
So the last 10 years, since the loss of your brother, your life has suddenly created this impact for other people. And when we talk about suicide and we talk about the decisions that people make that are getting them into that pit that they feel they can't get out of, how prominent is a book like It's How You Think to help them get out of that pit?
Oh, you know, extremely important. And I found just being a one-man band, being, I always say like I'm on the front line. You know, it's there, I'm there directly helping people face to face, and that consumes most of my time, and I'll do that forever and a day. And I realised I needed to basically hit a wider audience, and the only way I thought I could do that was to write a book. And I realised that, you know, I do some great speaking gigs often as well, and I hit a room of X amount of people there, but I go, you know what, if I can just put this story of faith and hope of my story into a book, and then just hit a wider range of people and obviously get it out there. And I thought the only way it's going to get out there is find the best publishers I possibly can in Ocean Reef Publishing. In my opinion, I've had just it was just the referrals. The referrals is Leon, go to Ocean, go to Ocean, go to Ocean. Yep, done. And I feel just so confident that I can now just attack that amount of people I want. You know, Australia's a big country. There's 25 million people, and you know what? I just want to get as many people as I can, get the story out there.
It's really interesting because you have, what I love about doing these interviews is that we always find out so much about the authors that, like, even though we've worked with them, even though we feel like we know them, we actually like have no idea in some ways. And it's interesting to hear you say that, you know, you're the shy guy, because I would never have pinned that on you at all. Because, you know, whenever I meet you, whenever I talk to you, even on the phone and I can't see you, there's just this energy, like this passion, this fire that's just around you. And it's really, really interesting to hear that you had that complete flip, which is obviously, it's devastating where it came from. Do you think, like, what you want to do with this book, do you think that you want to share that fire with everyone with this book? Yeah,
I think as you were asking that question, a million things just coming in my mind just then, and it just was probably the biggest thing that came to my mind was thinking that, you know what, there's so many people with anxiety at the moment, and anxiety has never been so high in anyone's lifetime. And the one thing I can walk and talk and explain to people and show people that, you know, I was this person, and that doesn't mean that is who you are, doesn't mean that's who you're always going to be. Yep. If I can be the shyest person, mate, I couldn't even speak to my parents. I'm talking, that's how shy I'd be, like, hi Dad. And my dad sometimes think, yeah, well, you all right? That's how it was. It was just ridiculous to go from one extreme to the other. So that's why, I mean, I can take that person, I can sit them down and let them know, you know what, where you are, that was me, you know. So if I believe in this person, that person knows that I believe in them. I had people believe in me during my journey as well, and that's priceless. And sometimes it's the starting point for someone to go, you know what, you know, I believe in you. And when someone takes that on board, you know, that can build that confidence and self-belief itself, and then it can just take things to a whole nother level. So yeah, just being to the point that giving people that hope that, you know what, that is not you who you're going to be for the next X amount of years. You can go on and be great. You're only limiting yourself, though it's going to take some hard work. And this mindset, this brain, it's a muscle. It's no different to if you're training your body. You know, you can't just expect to train the body, you know, twice a month and wondering why you're not where you want to be. You know, you can't train the mind and do 2 days of gratitude a month and wondering why you're not where you want to be. You know, you need to work hard, and you know what? And when you think you're working hard, work harder. Yep. And I'm straight. Yeah, you guys are the advocate for that. Absolutely. And I'm straight down the line of people in a very empathetic way. But I just got to say, guys, you know what? The goal for that mindset, you got to work hard and you got to dig deep. And you know what? You got to persist. And I always use the word consistency, and I use the word dedication. I use the word discipline, and then there's that big word persistence at the bottom. You know, you're going to fall back into your old ways, but you got to persist through it and keep pushing. And God, man, just have some patience, because it's not going to happen overnight. It fires me up listening to you. It always does.
I know, me too. And I went off script. Sorry. So,
that's all right.
Like,
there's something that like, I don't know if you know this, but like because I'm emailing the authors at crazy hours in the morning when I get to work before you're here, I'm always like working through where we're at with Leon, and I'll email you, and I get a video back every time. And this is like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. This dude's sitting up.
Yeah.
He's like you are right now, just pumping full of energy. It's insanely cool. But I agree with you 100%. We myself and Flash, we follow the same 6 steps and 10 towers that we give you guys as authors.
Brilliant.
And you walk that walk as well when you're speaking to your clients and to your connections, and as we do with the authors. And it is so important that commitment that you've made to your own dream is 100% unfounded. Nothing's going to move it, you know. I think that's so important, isn't it?
It's like, yeah, just full stop at the end there. It is. It's just how it is, and there's no other easy way. And it's just, you know, it's knuckling down and doing the hours, and you know, just putting the work in. It's again, it sounds very, very cliche, but at the end of the day, you know, whether it's business, whether it's me doing a bodybuilding show, you know, whether it's writing a book, it's going to take, you know, everything.
But it's not cliche. It's just simple. It's really quite simple.
Super true, man.
And
super true.
Everybody wants something in life. Everybody wants to achieve some sort of goals, no matter how big or small they may appear to other people. They're massive to that person, and the steps taken to achieve them are the same every time for every person. And it comes down to, you know, you say vision, belief and commitment. I say action, belief and commitment. You've got your steps that bring it to life, and it's not going to be any different. So when we look at your book and we look at the target market and the audience, you know, we try not to say that, you know, a publication is for everybody. But if you were to say who your target market, who is it that we want to read this book, who would they be?
Yeah, you know, funny, I've been asked this question many, many times, and the answer still comes back to looking at where life is at the moment and looking at where people are. There is a lot of people with obviously a lot of high anxiety, and the mental health world at the moment it's never been so high from every age, from 12 years old, you know, from 12 years old up until, you know, affinity, but primarily directly based on the story. You know, you sit around that 18 to sort of that 55, male and female equally. You know, equally, you know, the story, you know, there's in the fitness world, you know, where it's kind of divided straight down the middle. So I would say it's 50-50, almost anyone between that. You know, I've had people read it I've had my nephews that are 12 and 13 read it, and they read it from start to finish because I've simplified the whole book for everyone to be able to read. You know, so it's very, very easy to follow. And the steps in there to overcome anxiety and overcome your worries and overcome adversity are very, 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 very simple, but effective, but super effective. And everything there's not really trial and error. There's science-based. Everything there has been researched, and everything there is I've done myself and backed it up. And everything in there it's what I've been doing with clients now for the last 8 years. And that's how I've seen the success. And I've just taken notes from the last 8 years and just going, you know what? This works, guys. This does work. And it's a bit of a road. There's some great testimonies in there as well that just state where people were at their lowest of the lowest, and now they've gone on to, you know, remarry and have a great life, go on to a great career. And where at one point they thought, you know, this is who I am. I'm just going to be that anxious person. I've got depression, or I've got a depressed mindset. But no, it doesn't have to be that way. And it's me building a great network around people. You know, I can do my part, but I need help from specialists as well. And I need to bring clients in. I need to bring them, you know, around other quality people as well. So they've got friends to hang out with now and someone to have a coffee with. So it's not just me working on the one person. Then I need to work on, okay, let's say it's Jason, then Jason can work on Ocean, then Ocean can work on John, then John can work on Jill and Jack and so on. And that's the domino effect that I've been trying to do for the last 8 years, and that's the power of it. It just like starts there.
Spreading that fire.
That is it, because I always realize that I can't do this alone, and one-on-one, it's great, but I need to impact this person so great that they come up so high and they have not just a better mindset, but the education now to impact on another person.
Yeah, you're empowering them.
That's so powerful.
It is, and that's, there's my dream. You know, there's my dream, is to be able to impact as many people as I can, face to face, then so on, so on, so on. And so far it's been a really cool journey, me sitting back watching, you know, my clients now build gyms like myself. So then they have 70 clients to deal with a week. So now they're impacted on 70. And not, so basically I've got about, I say 6 of my clients that now have similar studios to myself. Not as good as mine, but very.
You're allowed to say that.
Yes.
I'm going to interject for a minute.
Yes.
Like you and I, this is totally off what we're talking about.
We keep going off.
It's relevant.
It's great.
Good.
So you and I have something in common. When you look at the two of us, people would go, "What the
We're
hell?
brothers.
What the hell?" But we do have something in common, which is country music, which is Tim McGraw.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know, but Tim McGraw played at the country tour recently, before COVID, in Australia, played in Brisbane. He's right up front, right? Anyway, have you read his new book, Grit and Grace?
No, I haven't read it. No, it's definitely on the to-do list. He's just my number
Have you
one
got
guy.
it?
No, I don't even
All
have
right,
it yet.
I've got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to work. I'm going to give it to Flash when we do your next run of books. So you've got it, and you've got to bring it back to me.
Yes.
But I was just listening to what you were saying about how people are feeling that anxiety, they're feeling that depression, they're feeling that they're not where they want to be, and how working on your physical self and your body conditioning, and how that changes your mindset and changes your career. And I bought the Grit and Grace because I'm a big fan of McGraw. But when I read the book, I can't see myself lifting up big truck tires. But, but I see the connection between when he was touring in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he openly says how he was feeling depressed. And you know, success does not breed happiness. And, you know, and what he had to do to create change, and how important it was that he conditioned his body. And if you look at him now, he's a mean, lean fighting machine.
He was super lean when he was here. He looked amazing. Like, I'm just going, huh?
Yeah, and he's like mid-50s.
I'm like, hang on, is he in better condition than me? Hang on.
Hold on, stop the concert. I need
Renee goes, put this salad out. Put this beer down. Actually, I'm not having any more beers, you know? So,
I'll give you that book and you check it out.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Very good.
That's
Massive fan.
brilliant. Usually at this time I would ask, you know, about the audience and the feedback you've had. But I think I want to make it specific because, you know, you do work with so many people one-on-one. So I think I'm going to ask specifically, have you had some, well actually I won't have you had some awesome, because I think you might have, but I'm just going to ask open. What sort of feedback, if you've had any, from people who've read the book that you haven't actually had a one-on-one, you know, relationship before? You know, do you know what I mean? Like, have you had that sort of feed out and you've had a feedback and been like, whoa?
Yes, Jason, I love that question. And the reason I love it is because all the feedback that I have received, 99% of it is external people I don't know. And they send me emails. I've got them, I keep them. I keep them, and they're just like a little testimonial, and I just go, wow, man. And that's the most powerful thing that I've seen so far. It's you're impacting on people you see face to face, but it's the person that you don't even meet. And I can rock up to I'm coaching at a bodybuilding show, for example, and I walk backstage and there's hundreds of people. And mate, there would be 50 people to come up and shake my hand and say, I love what you do, I love what you do. Oh, by the way, I read your book. Like, yeah, actually I remember your name, yeah. Oh, it was amazing, it was incredible. I did send you a message on Facebook. Oh, yeah, that's you, yeah.
And, I mean, it's about inspiration, it totally is. I mean, clearly through what you build and the connections that you've got, the followers that you've got, you create an inspired thought. And our hope is that as publishers and as creative leaders, we're doing the same thing with the author base, and that, you know, by drawing, we've seen this so strongly, by drawing those people to us, we're creating a much larger community where we're all on the same mission, which is to find joy in life and to feel happy about who we are here. You know, not everybody's going to become a publisher. Not everybody's going to become a bodybuilder. What it is for everyone, as long as they've got the joy in what they do, which is different from the happiness that we choose to feel.
Great choice of word. It is joyful, something that really comes from the heart, isn't it?
Totally.
It's something, you know, happiness is a short-term emotion, you know what I mean? We buy a car, we're happy for a few days, you know what I mean? It's not going to stimulate us in the long term. So that word joyfulness, I love using that word as well because there's a big difference between the two. I'm glad you mentioned that. I bring that up often as well.
So you said there's no end game, which I mean I just love.
Yeah.
What's next for Leon? What's next for the books?
What's next? Well, you know, obviously we've got this book going on. It's How You Think, and in the pipelines already, I've actually just already written a wellness journal.
Okay.
So this is a 60-day wellness journal. This was something for me. I just go, after writing this, I thought this was a fantastic story. And then all these things just come to my mind. And basically I wrote this thing straight away. I just sat down one day and I just started writing. I'm just going, oh my God. And basically nearly 25,000 words just come out of my head within a couple of months. And I'm just going, wow, if I had to write that again, I would probably struggle to write it again. I wrote it in a moment where I'd got on the back end of that. There was so much going on. And my head, I had to put all this information somewhere. And I thought, this is a perfect time. And then it rolled into COVID. Oh, thank you, COVID. Thanks for shutting my gym down. You allowed me to finish my, 60-day mindfulness journal. So that's going, that'll come obviously a little bit after this as well. So it's just going to be a great journey this year, and there's a documentary that's just been finished that I'm going to have a chat to Ocean about as well. So it's never ending, man. I just go, the next 6 months is just going to be out of this world, man, and I'm just going to be smiling all the way. It's just so exciting.
It is going to be magic, and yeah, the wellness journal. I know we've spoken about that quite a fair bit, and we know that that's the next step after this, guys.
Yeah.
This is why it's so important to come in and get this now, so that you can connect with Leon's story, ready for the new publication that's coming out later in the year. It's going to be so good. And from our perspective, to be with you on this journey and seeing the very small role that we play in your life to save others, that's something that we're just so proud to be a part of.
It's a little bit more than a smaller role these days. It definitely is. No, it's been it's like I feel like, again, my whole life I said I've done things the wrong way and gone the long way anyway, but that's how I know, and I've learned a lot, so it's pretty cool. But I feel like I'm not doing this alone, and that is really, and that's a comforting thing in its own. And I think that's, again, very important to have that support in relation to, having independent publishers. It's like, there's always help, there's always support, and you guys probably instill confidence in us as authors, and I think that's massive, and you bring that self-belief up in us, and I think that's priceless too.
It's twofold. One side of it is that, yes, it's helping achieve the vision. The other side of it is purely a business decision, because if you're building confidence in authors and they can stand on top of the rooftops and go, my book is legendary, listen to me, I've got something to say. Their book sells, they print more, and it grows and grows. Everybody wins. Most importantly, the readers win, because they're getting their hands on our stories, I've got a question for you that's a bit left field.
Yes.
As a creative, which you are, we all are, what would your spirit animal be and why?
I'm going to say I love eagles. I'm going to say an eagle, and the reason why I'd say an eagle, I guess you think about an eagle, man, they're just up there cruising, hey? They're just up there cruising above, and they can see everything from up there, and they're almost, what attacks an eagle? Not too much can really attack an eagle.
Can, unless they're like walking on the
So when you think about it, they're pretty safe and sound, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're just cruising along, and they can see the world from above. And I think an eagle, and I would be the ultimate cruisy dude. There's not much rustle my feathers. You can't make me angry. You won't see me angry. I don't really stress. I don't panic. I'm pretty calm, and that's an eagle, isn't it? Just cruises, pounces down, grabs some food, and takes off. And I think it's just be a safe thing being an eagle. You're just up there.
You can tell a lot from a person's face. I'm sure you studied this with psychology and stuff, and also body physique. But you can genuinely see in somebody's face where they sit in regards to joy and happiness and stuff. And have you ever noticed that? Like, have you looked in the mirror recently? Have you seen what I'm talking about?
Yeah, probably too
That
often.
kind of,
Just joking.
but I'm talking about like the lines because of you smiling. They are so prominently on.
You're super true, and you know what I talk about. I love how you say that, Ocean. Thank you so much, because I talk about people about smiling more, and I also talk to people about you want to change your state, change your physiology, and the easiest way to change your physiology is stand up straight, head up, chest up, and smile, because you know that smile is contagious. It creates energy. Try to talk or be angry and smile at the same time. It simultaneously doesn't actually happen. So if you actually learn to smile more, guess what? You're gonna smile more. Fact of reality is, and if you're in a down frame of mind or a bit depressed for some reason, learn to change your physiology straight away. You know, it's another skill. It's just a simple skill that you can learn, and I do it all day, every day. And the more my head's up, chest up, and I'm smiling, I pace around. Yeah. It's like I'm pacing around energy, and that's just how it is. Try and smile and move slow.
The smiling eagle.
Smiling eagle. Big toothy grin.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, there's a meme with the same.
Next time you see an eagle, you watch him, mate. They'll be smiling up there and just saying, I'm untouchable up here, you know.
Love it. I actually love these questions, like, because I think they reveal, like, they're a little bit silly, but they reveal a lot about people.
Yeah.
So the next one is also a bit silly. Obviously, you know, we're a bit silly with
yes,
with the superhero
I
thing.
think it's fantastic. I feel a bit like the odd one out here, not
so
having my superhero.
If you were to have a superhero shirt on, what superhero would you be?
When I grew up, I was obsessed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And Leonardo, like, because my name's Leon. So I was obsessed with Leonardo. And just, well, look at the rigs on them for starters. They got these big 8-packs, and I'm going, that's pretty cool for a superhero. And they're pretty cool, man. They were pretty cool. They were good fighters, and yeah, they were just cool. And because there was a Leonardo, so I just wrote Leon. And so I was always just a big fan of that. I don't think I've ever even said that to anyone in my life.
Well, you've said it to quite a few people now.
I haven't. I just gone, there you go. People are like, huh?
Which one was Leo? Was he the
blue
sword? Yeah, blue sword.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's it. Yeah, he had the blue thing. Yeah, so I don't know. I just thought it was pretty cool.
Do you notice how much the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles smile?
They're always happy. They're always happy, man. That's it. That's exactly. There you go. Always happy because they feel good within themselves. They look after themselves. Clearly, they're very fit. They're very fit looking, aren't they?
Yes.
And they move fast, don't they? You notice that?
And they're part of a community. They work together.
They're a team. There's four, isn't there?
Yeah.
Funny, yeah.
Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo. Is that?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
That's it.
Oh, I remember.
Goodness. And that's the memory.
Yeah, well done.
Too good. Leon, I want to say thank you so much for coming in and having a chat to us. It was great to have a bit of a laugh, reinforce the message and the mission that we're all on together. Thank you so much.
My absolute pleasure. I've had a ball. I'm still smiling. Can we do it again?
We can. But right now, guys, what we need you to do is also become a part of this mission. And the only way you can do this is by stopping and thinking for a minute. If you're feeling this way, here is the book for you to help. Think past it. But everybody knows somebody that definitely is feeling anxious, depressed, or just struggling in a part of their life right now. And here's an opportunity for you to make a difference in theirs. There's the link to Leon's website at the bottom of the screen. Go and check it out. Check out what else he's offering. Sign up to his list because this wellness journal is coming. And we want to thank you all, and we'll see you next time on The Creative Corner.